Linfield is now a beauty salon and offices. You're telling me we can't renovate these buildings? These buildings are solid buildings. Yeah, they might need a new roof, they might need a new electrical, but it's a lot cheaper because you don't have to use prevailing wages like you do when you build a new building. Thank you.
Just so you know, and someone, whoever's next can make their way up, is that this board gives 3 minutes. As you heard the representative of the school board earlier, they give 2 minutes. So the limitation of public comment is authorized and allowed. So we give more time than the school board.
And you should be allowed to give away your minutes.
Go ahead and state your name, please.
Michelle O'Connor, I spoke earlier, which I got no answer, but thank you, Jim, for acknowledging and helping me understand what is needed. Where'd you go?
Thank you.
Okay.
My name is Nancy Baker. I'm at 2019 Mimosa Lane, and I am going to give you guys your only attaboys that you're going to get all night. I'm delighted that you are going to set up this committee for the open space and for whether or not the building goes there. I'm going to suggest that you set up a second committee, because I'm looking at what we've heard at the last few meetings, and there's no plans made for this building. There are usually 2 cars in the parking lot, so I'm not sure how big an administrative building we need. You don't want more housing, which means we won't be growing a whole lot, if I understand it correctly. Most buildings right now are losing all of their office space because the world has found we don't need as much office space between computers and working at home. It's not as necessary. From what I understand, part of this, the commissioners have given all power to Trace to make some of the decisions. I don't believe, Trace, you have a lot of qualities, but I'm not sure that you have any building experience. And the reason I bring this up is that this is another meeting that should be involving township people. To do what you're going to do about the property is also what you need to do about the building itself. Is there anything made for geothermal, for solar? You know, I have one quote I want to read before I'm done, and that's Margaret Mead. And she said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed individuals can change the world. In fact, it's the only thing that ever has. You have the opportunity to create one." Thank you.
Go ahead, sir. You wanna go?
Go ahead.
Al Leach, 1466 Sweetwater Way. I'm actually going to not talk about smaller farm because you guys kind of understand where the community's at on that. The area I wanted to discuss is what happens at every meeting I've been at is, besides, and you guys all agree, your sound system's really poor. Well, your internet and your website is incredibly in bad shape.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And my request is, I don't know, Michelle, if you have an actual engineer, software engineer, computer engineer, some person that does all of this information. But like when everybody's asking about the packets, and unfortunately, yes, some packets cannot be given to the public. Some of it has to be under the administration. We do that all the time. Obviously, in the school board, you have the public side, you have the administration side. But we all, and a lot of the townships also use board docs. I'm just asking the commission to start using or find into looking a way to move us maybe into the 21st century and not from the 19th century.
That
what
will
we're
make
seeing
things more
now.
transparent.
The other thing, now I am going to give you an actual hands up, and I don't know who it was on the board or all of yous, but getting the grant of 200,000 to improve Hollenbach, that was a good job. I don't know who was involved in that, but it was a great job. So, you guys do just deserve, I mean, like I said before, you deserve a applause and thank you when you do a good job. Obviously, you know, you'll get it from when you don't. But you do deserve for when you do a good job, and that was a very good job on that. So thank you.
Good evening, Leroy Trainer, 1459 North Hanover Street. I was just, I know you're not gonna answer this, but on the new business H, discuss and consider approval to form a building site selection committee and authorize the solicitor to prepare parameters for the committee. No, you're not gonna answer, but who would be in charge of forming the committee? That's all I gotta say.
Others?
Good evening, Tyrone Robinson, 1488 Heather Place, Upper Pottsboro, PA. I'd like to see the lawsuit on the township's behalf come to an end. Like myself being a resident, I'm sure the other residents, we do not want to see our money spent on lawsuits that we have not approved or had any say-so involved in making that decision. That's my comment for this evening. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so that closes public comments, commissioner comments.
I have one comment, it's the same comment I made last meeting. I'd like to rearrange the tables so there's more seating available for the public. And I think we should take a vote on that. I asked it to be on the agenda for this meeting, but it was not.
Why? Why wasn't it?
Why wasn't it? We've been asking every week, every
Aren't
committee.
you a commissioner?
Yeah, I am a commissioner, yes.
You're all equal.
I agree with that.
I just want to agree with, I can't remember who actually said it, with everything that we have under planning department on our manager's report, we do need a planning committee back. We desperately need a planning committee.
And not handpicked by Slinkers.
I make a motion, we have a vote of confidence in Tracy.
Other comments?
Yes, Commissioner, I have a couple comments, if I may. I did prepare some, but I think some things have been answered tonight through a couple votes that we took.